Hello and welcome all you basketball fans for another installment of High School Basketball in YSNLive.com. We are live from North Ridgeville High School, home of the North Ridgeville Rangers for this Division 4 Region 13 Northeast 2 District Championship game between the Canfield Cardinals and the West Branch Warriors. Cardinals starters Ben Weaver, Jake DeLisio, Drew Shapiro, Bryce Roberts, Landon Shina. For West Branch, it's Joey Jackson, Jeremiah Thomas, Cooper Anderson, Gavin Gregory, and Camden Lane. Cardinals start with possession after winning the opening tip. Shina goes the way of DeLisio, now back out to Shapiro. Shapiro tried to get a screen set for him. Right there defensively is Thomas. Work it back into the hands of Shapiro. Thomas following him defensively. Looking like straight up man-to-man defense being played by the Warriors to start. Shapiro a little bit of space. Hoisting and having from the wing. Drew Shapiro gets the Cards off on the right foot. These two teams met in the regular season. As that pass stolen away, hit the hands of Gregory, and Shina cleans it up with the takeaway. Shapiro to Roberts, one more to the corner. Shina puts that up, little short, rebounded DeLisio, second chance points. That's good, and a 5-0 spurt out of the gates by the Cards. Canfield winning that regular season matchup back on January 4th, 50-41 in Canfield, albeit though the Warriors were without Gavin Gregory, a dynamic player on the West Branch side of things. Warriors. Thomas tries to bounce it into the wing. It's stolen away by Shapiro. Shapiro, though, gets counter-stealed as Cooper Anderson gets it right back. The Warriors looking to get on the board, trailing by 5. Minute and a half plus into this first quarter of play. Ty Bartel, your sports network, so thankful that you're able to join us for this afternoon contest here on Saturday. And there's a jumper that's as true can get. Joey Jackson, the bread and butter bucket for one of the Warrior guards. Jackson, a dynamic shooter, 3-level shooter, can hit it all areas of the floor. That mid-range game so crisp for that young man, though. 5:55 and moving, 5-2, Cards with the advantage. Shapiro backs out, hands off Roberts. Roberts takes it beyond the perimeter. Now back at the logo, DeLisio. DeLisio guarded by Camden Lane. Stops at the elbow and actually dragged that foot. Called for the traveling violation. Send it back to West Branch. These two schools have great student sections, have great community support. Lined red and black on one side, green and black on the other. Here at North Ridgeville High School. Getting past the pressure defensively. Gregory fed to the wing, shot up, it's rim rattler, no good by Thomas. Good look though by the Warriors. Canfield in the fast break, work it to Roberts, Roberts backs out Shina, tries his hand again, in and out of the cylinder, and a rebound by Jackson. Joey Jackson turning it up tempo. Nice bounce pass to Gregory. Bumping and bruising bodies. Gregory tries with the reverse layup. Called for the double dribble. Send it back the Cards' way. Canfield in their home white unis with the red numbering, red and black trim. West Branch in the road black unis with the white numbering and the green trim to complement. Cardinals been playing with the lead since the onslaught. An early three by Drew Shapiro. Put them up, and they've stayed there since the start of this first quarter. Ben Weaver tried his hand from distance. Bryce Roberts, the offensive board, tries it, gets blocked on the denial. Cardinals fans wanting a foul. Gregory gets called for the clean block. Nice defensive stand by the Warriors. Canfield, though, has been able to get a number of offensive rebounds here in this first quarter, working some extra chance looks. Camden Lane looking to tie the game. Strong shot off the back iron. Second chance look. That won't go. Ben Weaver with authority rips down the rebound. Other side go the Cards. Shapiro from the top. Feed to the wing. Weaver looks to attack. Nice pass into Shina, and he'll draw the contact. Going to the line for two. It's when the Cards are at their best, and they've played their best this season when they keep that ball moving. Multiple guys touching it each possession, because they have a team that has the depth. They have multiple guys that could beat you, multiple guys that could score. They have strengths in different areas. But so do the Warriors. And this Warriors team had to gut through some injuries throughout the course of the season. But now that they got completely healthy, you could see the strength of West Branch. Once these playoffs started, both these teams playing some really good conferences. The All-American Conference for Canfield, always one of the toughest 5-team conferences. And, of course, the Eastern Buckeye Conference, the EBC for West Branch. Never a pushover conference, two of arguably the best basketball conferences in our Mahoning Valley area. Making them both at the stripe. China stretches that lead to 5. It's 7-2 Canfield with 4:06 here in the first quarter. West Branch playing from behind since that first minute of this quarter. Pass goes to Gregory. Gregory, a little pump fake by Anderson. Now kick it back out. Weaver over to Thomas. West Branch slows tempos down, looking to set up a play here in the half court. Anderson with it now. Jackson back to Anderson. Anderson from distance, and a whistle blown. Offensive foul going to be called on the Warriors as Gavin Gregory called for the push. That's his first. Second foul overall on the Warriors here in the first quarter. 3:36 left to go in this first period of play. Drew Shapiro crossing the timeline, feeding to the elbow. Nick Levanti in for his first time. Shapiro tries his hand again. That one short. Canfield, since making their first 3, has missed now their last 5. Jackson, little hand off Thomas. Get it back to Kason Weaver. Jackson stops in the lane, out to Weaver at the top. Defense there by Delicio. Weaver gives back up to Jackson. Double J. Sits back with Delicio guarding. Jackson back to Thomas. Canfield pushing that West Branch offense beyond the perimeter. West Branch trying to find that penetration inside the line. Good defense by Roberts, and avoiding the 5-second call, getting it back over to Jackson. Thomas now on the near wing. Pass to the top of the key. Little handoff. Cooper Anderson out to the opposite side. Minute burned in this possession for the Warriors. There's some dribble penetration, but not without a traveling violation as Cooper Anderson gets called for the walk and send it back the Cardinals' way. 2:24 here in the first. Took a lot of time to try to set up that possession, and that was just great Cardinal defense outright. Keeping them in front of you, not really allowing any penetration inside to the paint. Other side, look for the fast break bucket. It's hit out of the hands of Roberts on the take. Off Roberts' hands last, back to the Warriors. Press being implemented by Canfield. 4 on this side of the timeline. Crossing quickly. Feed to Anderson. Cooper Anderson puts it down. Much needed bucket for the Warriors, and it gets them back within a bucket. Canfield leading by 2. Under 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. Little handoff. DeLucia back to Levanti. Levanti works to that right elbow. Bounce pass into DeLucia. The tough take. Angelo DeLucia. He has been on a tear. He had a great game against the Salem Quakers as well coming off the bench. And he's been one that's emerging in this playoffs for Canfield as a scoring threat. Going up with it and called for the foul. And DeLucia going to get called for the contact on the arm. Joey Jackson, the ever crisp free throw shooter, stepping to the line for 2. Minute 25 remaining in this first quarter of play. And the first one, a rim rattler. Was that the announcer's curse? My bad, folks, my bad. Jackson, though. Great shooting percentages everywhere on the floor, including at the stripe, as he'll sink the second and make this a one-possession game. 9-6, Canfield with the edge. Under 90 seconds to go in this opening period. DeLucia to Shapiro. From the top, attacks, kicks Delicio. Went baseline, back out. Shapiro to Levanti. Back over Shapiro. Work it to the elbow, work it to the block. Now out to Roberts from distance and overshot. Rebounded. Oh, West Branch almost called for the travel. Stolen away though. Delicio pokes it loose. Canfield doesn't give up on the possession. Gets it back. Levanti. Back out Shapiro. 48 ticks left in this first quarter. One possession game. Live from North Ridgeville High School. It's this Division IV District Championship game. Found it here on ysnlive.com. So thankful for you to join us here. 35 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Shapiro getting a call from Coach Velakovic. Sitting behind the timeline now over to Roberts. 20 seconds and ticking. Canfield looks content with taking the last shot of the quarter and going into the second with a lead. DeLucia fires but can't find it. Strong from distance, rebounded Shapiro. Another offensive board for Canfield. Shapiro attacks, tried to give it up on the pass baseline. Instead, the whistle blown. It's a jump ball. Warrior basketball. West Branch with 2.8. Going to need to get a pass in, maybe a couple dribbles, and then a heave. You're trying to get it as close or past that half-court stripe if you can. Shot from past the half-court stripe, and it's a misfire. 9-6, Canfield with an early edge after 8 minutes of play. Defense taking center stage early in this one. We'll be back with the start of the second. Ty Bartel, your sports network, back after this. Thankful for all of our sponsors, and also thankful for Sherman Creative, the presenting sponsor for this Division IV Region 13 Northeast 2 District Championship game between the Canfield Cardinals and the West Branch Warriors. Be sure to check out Sherman Creative too and support those who are here supporting your kids. As Drew Shapiro and the Canfield Cardinals start with possession here in the second quarter, up by 3. Shapiro feeds to Delicio. From that wing, work it back the opposite side. Shapiro steps back, hands off Roberts. Now Shina. Starting 5 in for both teams. Nice take by Delicio. Oh, right through the lane. Defense all around him. Bobbing and weaving his way through the forest and finding nothing but net. Ball out of bounds as Canfield trying to put that foot on the gas. Possession changing from Canfield to West Branch basketball. Camden Lane on the inbound. Warriors trail it here by 5. They've been trailing since the early portion of that first quarter. They've been able to hang around as points have been coming at a premium for both teams. Little shake and bake by Thomas, handoff Jackson. 7 minutes and moving here in the first half. Cut in. As Case and Weaver give it up to Thomas. Shot over the glass and out of bounds. Back to the Cards. Canfield. Slowly bringing it up across the timeline is Drew Shapiro. Sitting back by the logo, Shapiro. Hand off to Roberts. Roberts attacks left side of the lane. Kick out Weaver in the corner. Weaver bringing it to the free throw line. Backing down from the right block. Put it up. Swirl it in. Ben Weaver showcasing that strength down low in the post. His first bucket of the game, and Canfield builds their lead to 7. 13-6 Cardinals. 6:15 and moving. First half of play. Warriors look for a response. Cooper Anderson into the lane. Over to the left block. Trying to back down. Shina puts up a shot. It's short. Ball is poked to Bryce Roberts. And the Cardinals control. Roberts on the fast break. Bringing it down through the lane. Kick out Weaver in the near corner. Extra pass went intended for Shina. Tipped loose and stolen away by the Warriors. West Branch, fast break, other side. Work it out. Jackson on the near wing. Bring it to the free throw line. Jackson, turnaround jumper with a little bit of a fade. Joey Jackson finds nothing but net in his bread and butter area of the mid-range. Drew Shapiro, little crossover feed to Shina. Trees all around him. Shina still puts it up and finds some twine. You couldn't have guarded it any better than the Warriors just did. Shina just had better offense in that exchange. 15-8, Canfield in the lead, and cut three right off of it with a Cooper Anderson triple. His second triple of the game. Anderson cuts it back down to a 4-point Canfield lead. Cardinals with Shapiro, back by the Rangers logo. In movement, Delisio now to Weaver. Weaver attacking right side of the lane, getting to the block, now to the baseline, in the paint, tough take. Couldn't swirl it in. Right there to back him up is Landon Shina. Offensive board, second chance points. Shina's got 6, and the lead is 6 for Canfield. 4:40 left in the first half, 17-11. Cards in control. Warriors on the other side. Intended for Gregory. Pass out of bounds. Last touch by West Branch. And send it back to Canfield off the turnover. And a timeout called by Coach Scott Loudon. First of the game for either team as the Warriors call for a break. We'll take one with them. 4:36 remaining in this first half. Thank our friends over at 321 Cryon Therapy. We got 4.5 minutes to go in this first half. Canfield with a 6-point lead, 17-11. Bryce Roberts and the Cards with possession. Trying to balloon this lead a little bit further before that halftime buzzer sounds. West Branch, though, keeping up punch for punch, has yet to lead in this game, but they haven't let the Cards run away with it with any of their runs. They've been able to battle back. Drew Shapiro near the 15-foot stripe. Nice pass to DeLucia, and he'll draw the foul near the right block. What a find that time as DeLucia again, the confident take, and he'll go to the line for 2 after drawing the contact. The foul was on Camden Lane. That's his second. Team's first in the quarter as DeLucia gets the first to go. And that lead to 7, 3 possessions. Drew Shapiro going to get some rest on the bench. Canfield bringing in Nick Levanti. DeLucia sinks them both. He's got 4, and the Cards lead now sits at 8. On the other side, Warriors looking for a bucket, down by 3 possessions. Gavin Gregory showing the strength, drawing the contact as DeLucia gonna get called for the foul. Gregory, strong young man, and one-on-one, there's not too many favorable matchups Canfield can go one-on-one with. He's one of those guys, if he gets near the paint, he gets near the rim, you're going to want to put some extra bodies on him. He's got height, he's got strength, and you can see how he's able to clear some space, get into that iron, and now he'll go to the line for 2. And honestly, DeLucia did a great job defending him, and you'll take your chance of sending him to the line, but young man can also shoot a pretty crisp percentage at that stripe as well. Gregory gets on the board with his first free throw made on the game. And the second. 2 for 2 for Gavin Gregory, double G. And this is a lead of a half dozen now for Canfield. Sub 4 minutes to play, first half of play. Canfield has been controlling since the first minute of the first quarter. Nick Levanti, a look from the top, tried to pass in, tipped right back to Levanti, find the corner in Weaver, he's open. Can't get it though from distance. Ball hits some hands, ends up with Gregory. Ball out of bounds, knocked off the Canfield's Cardinals last as Delisio, I think they were saying, touched it last on its way out of bounds. Shapiro back in the game. Delisio now going to get some rest. 3:26 remaining, first half of play. West Branch basketball trailing by 6. Crossing the Rangers logo is Thomas. Thomas to Jackson. Gets the screen, denies it. Jackson gets to the block. Whistle blown for the push-off. Joey Jackson Little extracurricular with the forearm that time, trying to create space. Officials call him for it. That's his first personal, second on the Warriors. With 3:10 now in the first half. Canfield gets it back off the dead ball turnover. DeLucia couldn't get that handoff to Roberts. Instead feeds Weaver at the top. Near side wing with Shapiro. He's into his dribble. Opposite wing with Weaver. Little short on the three-point try. Ball is loose. Gavin Gregory clinches the rebound. In the fast break the other way, West Branch gives it up to Camden Lane. Attacks the rim, left it short, rebounded Gregory there. Couple pump fakes, and he'll put it through with a ton of strength. Gavin Gregory muscles it through for two more. He's got 4 points in this quarter, and this lead is down to 4. Warriors going on a little counter run. This has been the name of the game. Pass to Roberts from the left block. Tried to pass it out to Weaver, looking to chase it down. Ball out of bounds. It'll stay Canfield basketball. Nick Levanti going to be inbounding, 2:07 to go, first half of play. Shapiro has it crossing the timeline. Shina off the left elbow, handoff Levanti at the top. Shapiro off with a moving three on the wing, can't find it. Rebounded West Branch. West Branch going on a little mini run. They trail it by 4, trying to knock this back down to a one-possession game. Joey Jackson out to Thomas. 100 seconds left to go in the first half. Looking for that steal, Levanti. Cooper Anderson keeps control of it, and the offensive foul is called. As Cooper Anderson called for his first, third foul called on the Warriors. They have one left to give with 94 ticks to go in the half. It's another time that Canfield has been able to force a dead ball turnover from the Warriors. Levanti. Roberts to Shapiro. Shina in the near corner, back to Shapiro. Drew to the right elbow. Finds Roberts now. 10 seconds left to go, or minute 10 seconds left to go in this first half of play. Spreading things out wide here is Canfield trying to create space. Out to Levanti from the corner, kick to the opposite side. Shina open, and he'll splash it home. Landon Shina, a big three-point bucket, puts the Cardinals back up by 7. 45 seconds left to go, first half. 22-15. Thomas looks to attack. Nice pass. Gregory there. Offensive foul called as Gregory tried to create the space. Shina established position and drew the foul. Fourth on West Branch, second on Gregory, and it'll go back into the hands of Canfield with just under 34 seconds to go. .30 seconds left. Canfield basketball with a 7-point lead. Cardinals have 3 sitting back near the timeline, looking to attack. Delisio called for the travel.
West Branch basketball.
18 ticks left to go now. West Branch with a chance for the final shot of the half. Thomas. And back to Thomas as Thomas tries to drive in. Whistle blown, foul occurring, I believe, on the floor. Canfield had a few to give. Just their second in the quarter. Bryce Roberts called for his first foul. 6 seconds remaining now here in the half. From the baseline, get it to Anderson. One pass to that corner. Whistle blown as a foul gonna be on the floor. Not going to count the and one with 2.5 seconds to go. As Shina picks up his first foul. When you have fouls to give and limited time, that's one way you could do it. You keep salting it away. Lucky for Canfield, they got that foul off before the shot attempt. No continuation in the high school game. 2.5 seconds now go to the big man. Stolen away, Cardinals. As Shina with the football throw, almost found it. 22-15 though after 1/2 of play. Canfield, since the first shot, has controlled throughout 15 minutes of play here in the first half total. 10 minutes of halftime intermission set for you. We'll pay some bills, thank some sponsors, and be back with the second half, third quarter of action to start. Ty Bartel, your sports network, in about 10 minutes after this. Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartel, your sports network, ysnlive.com, with the start of the second half here from North Ridgeville High School, home of the Rangers, as the Canfield Cardinals up on the West Branch Warriors 22-15 after that first half of play in this Division IV Region 13 Northeast 2 District Championship game. Winner advances to the Sweet 16 in Division IV for the state championship, into the regional semifinals that are always sure to be a good one too. First year for the 7-division format for both boys and girls basketball here in the state of Ohio. Off that steal, Canfield on the opposite side. Drew Shapiro with it. 7:20 in ticking here in the third quarter of play. Delicio from the far wing look to attack baseline. Whistle blown and a offensive foul going to be called against Canfield. As Landon Shina got called for his second foul of the contest, and the Cards pick up an early one. 50 seconds into this third quarter of play. Anderson forwards it to Jackson. Jackson takes it from the right block. Offensive foul called the other way. And who else but Landon Shina, who's drawn another charge. He has been a menace in that paint. If I'm not mistaken, I think that count is up to 3 charges that Shina has been able to take. He's averaging 1 a quarter. And also, folks, he has 9 points on the evening as well, having himself a great game. Early afternoon start time here, our first contest as far as district championship games are concerned here on the network, but we got games starting at 7 p.m. for you. ysnlive.com/live games for your full list of contests on the site today and tonight. All free, thanks in part to wonderful sponsors like Sherman Creative, our presenting sponsor for this contest. Cards keeping the ball moving in action. Delicio from the top, tried to bounce at Shapiro. Nice job getting into that lane for the steal. Jeremiah Thomas just jumped it, and jumped it perfectly, honestly, for that steal. Thomas over to Jackson. Joey Jackson to Gregory. Double J to double G. Tried to get it back to Gregory. Little miscommunication, and Shapiro with the steal. Roberts with the ball in the near wing. Roberts fakes attacking, goes out to Shapiro, opposite side. Shapiro will take it back beyond the perimeter. Coming towards the top, near the free throw line, attacking right side, gives it up, baseline jumper, Shina. In and out of the iron, ball tipped into the hands of Joey Jackson. He's got the rebound. Running the other way, Jackson slowly stepping into the near side wing, feed to that corner, and Anderson, Cooper Anderson, reverse layup, and what a reverse layup it was. Textbook. Got around the defense, got the score. First points of the third quarter belong to West Branch, and it comes 2.5 minutes into this third. Again, a defensive grudge match to start this second half of play. Canfield looking to respond. Drew Shapiro left it on the back iron. Ball tipped, ends up with Gregory and hit out of bounds off of Weaver last. Gregory able to get the steal and then get it off of one of the Cards to force the turnover, and it'll force a 30-second break of action as Coach Volakovich will talk things over with his team. Canfield timeout will get one from us as well as we thank our friends over at Meridian. Both teams utilizing a 30-second timeout to this point in the game. 22-17, the Canfield Cardinals up in this district championship contest over the West Branch Warriors. West Branch has been step for step, keeping pace with the Cards, but they have yet to taste a lead in this game. Canfield took a lead off of an initial Drew Shapiro 3 and a minute into that first quarter, and they haven't seen themselves fall behind since. They've held the lead since that point. West Branch has been battling from behind, but like I said, they've been keeping pace. Ty Bartell, your sports network, so thankful for you joining us this afternoon for this contest as a foul called on Weaver. His first called on the floor. And for the Cards, that's their second. Jeremiah Thomas goes to the big man Gregory. One dribble, tough take. He'll get fouled in the double. And I believe it is Weaver who picks it up. So that's two quick ones on Ben Weaver in the last few seconds. Gregory able to draw it and go to the line for two. Gavin Gregory 2 for 2 in his only 2 attempts at the stripe today. He'll fall short on the first. DeLucia subbing back in for Weaver. You don't want him to pick up another foul too early into this third quarter, so play by Coach Velakovic. You've seen the play that DeLucia's been able to provide you, and you're able to trust in him giving you some quality minutes with one of your star players. And a little bit of foul concern, not too bad, but like I said, you don't want to pick up that third one too early in this third quarter and kind of limit what the fourth looks like for Weaver. Nice wait on DeLucia, couldn't get it to go first time, got his own rebound, second chance. That one overshot Gregory. Great defense shutting him down in the low post. Jeremiah Thomas with it. 4:15 and moving. Third quarter of play. Thomas feed to the near corner. Camden Lane bringing it to the top. From the top, down low to Gregory. Gregory tried to get it off one of the get it to Cooper Anderson on the cut baseline. It went off of one of the Cardinals though, as out of bounds. Warriors to keep it baseline. Anderson, the one that's going to be inbounding. Coop goes over the top. Gregory gets it in the far corner, and a foul called on the floor, trying to get that pass back to Anderson, and I think DeLucia gets called for it. His second. No, it's a Levante rather called for it. His second. And the Cards, that's their last foul to give, as Canfield in the penalty with their next one. It'd be bonus for the Warriors. What a block, though. Denying Gregory, but a steal. Hitting off some hands like a pinball machine. Ends up with West Branch. Warriors have it with Thomas in the far corner. He'll bring it to the wing. Try to feed down low to Gregory, and a foul called on DeLucia. They've made it a whole point to feed the big man, and Gregory draws the contact back to the line for two more. Second foul called now on DeLucia. It's the bonus the remainder of this third quarter for the Warriors, as Canfield in the penalty. First one is good. All the points being scored by West Branch in this quarter. 4-0 is our current score in this one. Very low scoring quarter, 4+ minutes into it. Gregory converts them both. 22-20 as Gregory now with 7. Canfield looking for their first points of this third quarter. 3:45 and moving. They go to Weaver. Nice pass. Weaver to Roberts. Oh, what movement. As Ben Weaver grabs the assist. Roberts the bucket. 4-point lead. Canfield creates the turnover. Delicio, strong take. Basket layup. Canfield 4 in a row. Back to 6. The lead goes for the Cards. Crossing the timeline. Thomas in trouble. Timeout taken. Coach Loudon. Canfield. As West Branch came within 2, Canfield pushes them back down again. 26-20 our lead for the Cards, as West Branch and Canfield in the midst of an instant classic for this district championship game. Big thank you to our friends over at 21 WFMJ, one of the proud sponsors here on your sports network. West Branch Warriors trailing by 6 with possession. From the top, Thomas was looking at the free throw line. Great defense from Shapiro. Feed to Anderson from the near corner. Anderson tried to get it to Gregory. It's off his hands and out of bounds. .242, Cardinals get it back up by 6. Shapiro. Roberts to Weaver. Delisio attacks baseline. Tried to get it to Shapiro. Knocked out of bounds by West Branch.
Canfield basketball.
Shapiro going to stay on that inbound. Finds Weaver. Gets it out to the top of the key. Hand off Shapiro. Under 2.5. Screen set Levanti. Shapiro some space to Weaver. Top of the key. 3. Put it down. Big time triple. Ben Weaver increases that lead to 9. West Branch desperately looking for a counter punch. Canfield scored the last 7. Oh my goodness, but it's an offensive foul. Drawing another one are the Cards as Levanti forces the charge. What a basket layup, but it's not to be. As the first foul called on Thomas, and a timeout taken by Coach Loudon. 29-20, Canfield in front, 2:08 to go in this third quarter. Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartel, your sports network. We got a little over 2 minutes to go in this third quarter of play. Northeast 2 district championship game. Winner of this game going to play the winner of the Northeast 4 district championship game between Warrensville Heights and Marlington. That's slated for a 4 p.m. tip-off here at North Ridgeville High School. Winner of this game will play the winner of that game in the Sweet 16 round in the regional semifinals. I believe those regional semis are going to be hosted at Canton Memorial Fieldhouse. Canfield with possession. Drew Shapiro 3, short, rebounded into the hands of the Warriors. Pass inside, Gregory blocked it, great defense. Jake Delisio with the defense on the other side. Levanti, Delisio, back to Levanti. Canfield, take it out wide. They'll sit until someone pressures ball. Over to Levanti, 75 seconds to go. Cards with a 9-point lead. And this is textbook what Canfield's done all season. They say you're going to wait in a zone. We'll just wait it out with a 9-point lead. .50 seconds to go. Canfield guarded by Gregory. Oh, put him on ice and able to get by. Levanti all the way. Can't finish. That was a great take, but no bucket to be had. Ball is loose. Foul is called. West Branch able to draw it. As Levanti called for the foul. His third. He's in a bit of foul trouble. And in the bonus are the Warriors. So Jeremiah Thomas with 33.8 seconds showing in this third quarter will have 2 free throws. First one swirls in the cylinder. First point of the game for Thomas. And the second goes as well. Down to a 7-point game as Thomas goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. 30 seconds and moving, third quarter of play. Shapiro slowly crossing the timeline. Delisio now with it. Back over Shapiro, 20 seconds and moving here in the third. Shapiro guarded by Thomas, finds Delisio, 15 seconds now. Delisio brings it towards the logo, 10 and ticking. Delisio calling for movement, 5 and moving, and a push called on the Warriors. They had a couple to give. That's going to be the third on West Branch as a team, as Gavin Gregory will pick up his third foul, putting him in a bit of foul concern as well going into the fourth quarter. 4.1 seconds to go. Quick substitution and a smart one by Coach Loudon, pulling Gregory off the floor, bringing Zach Coffey in. Inbounding Roberts. He'll go to Levanti. Levanti, 2 and ticking. Turnaround jumper, Delisio. Just a little bit strong, and again, Canfield able to work a good take with limited time, but no points to be had as West Branch staying blow for blow within striking distance, but Canfield has maintained a lead through the first minute of the first quarter all the way to the end of 3. We go into our final quarter of regulation. Ty Bartel, your sports network. We're back after this. Big shout out to our friends over at 21 WFMJ with our Five Guys Hootin' News. Catch Dana Bolish, Brittany Bissell, and all the gang for all the additional coverage you need this high school basketball season on 21 WFMJ. Final 8 minutes of regulation. Canfield with a 7-point edge and possession to start. Drew Shapiro with the Cards up 29-22. Give it to Roberts off the hands of Delisio. Roberts near the free throw line. Feeds to the top of the key. Shina now back out to Shapiro. Beyond the perimeter, out near the logo. Working from the near side of the floor. He'll back up again. Thomas, the one guarding him. With Shapiro taking the one-on-one all by himself. Overshot it off the glass. West Branch secures the rebound after the missed attempt. Thomas to Jackson in the far corner. Jackson brings it out with a dribble. Back out to Thomas. Thomas will control West Branch to set up something in the half court. 7:15 and moving here in the fourth quarter. Thomas to Lane. Lane in the corner. Had just a little bit of clearance, opted not to pull the trigger. Cooper Anderson now to Jackson at the top. Jackson finding Thomas. 7 minutes and moving here in the fourth quarter in a 7-point game. Jackson with the bounce pass to Thomas. Now feed to Coffey. Coffey handoff. Anderson. Coop to Jackson. Keeping the ball moving, looking for a little bit of space. Anderson found it on the iron through the cylinder. Cooper Anderson, a big-time 3. He's got 11, and it's a 4-point game. Big shot to start the fourth for the Warriors. 29-25. Canfield, Delisio to Shapiro. Shapiro bringing it back beyond the perimeter, 6:15 and moving in the fourth. Shapiro guarded by Thomas, now Delisio. Delisio with his left feed to the corner, Shina wide open, can't respond on the other end, rebounded Anderson. Bounce pass to Thomas, it's a 4-point game, West Branch basketball, 5:50 and moving. District Championship game brought to you by Sherman Creative. And there's a free throw line jumper, 15-footer, found by Jeremiah Thomas. And cut that deficit back down to 2. Second time that West Branch has been able to get it to a 2-point game here in the second half. Canfield able to push them down the first time. Can they do it again? Weaver into the lane, bumping and bruising, blocked by Anderson and fouled after as Zach Coffey got the ball, drew the contact. First of the quarter for either team. And for Weaver, that is going to be foul number 3, if I'm not mistaken, on him. Little bit of foul danger for Weaver. They're going to pull him off with 5:23 left in this fourth quarter of play. West Branch can tie the game or look for their first lead of this game. 5:15 left in the final quarter of regulation. Ty Bartel, YSNLive.com. So thankful you're able to join us for this afternoon contest. Ball trying to avoid the over and back, but called for it. Camden Lane turns it over. As the Warriors try to get it to Lane. Lane tried to save it. It's going to be an unfortunate turnover called on him. as the Warriors give up their at least initial opportunity to try to tie or take the lead. 5 minutes to go in this ball game. Canfield with a 2-point lead, clinging to it with possession. Bryce Roberts attacking, no, backing out, over to Shapiro. Keeping the ball moving. Out wide beyond the perimeter, Levante into the lane, feed to the corner, Delisio. Delisio backs out to the Rangers logo. From the baseline, tried to go attack mode, but Coffey called for the push. And, no, excuse me, it is on Coffey. First foul on Coffey. First foul on the Warriors as a team. 4.5 to go in the fourth. Drew Shapiro with it in the corner. Shina at the top. Little hand off Shapiro. Canfield has only tasted the lead since the first minute of the first quarter. Trying to keep a hold of it here. 4:10 to go. Delisio. They back off defensively. Canfield content, salting some time away back near the logo. As Delisio inches his way forward, Shina with it. Back to Delisio. Under 4 to play. It's starting to become sweaty palms time here from North Ridgeville High School. 3.5 to go. Delisio looks to attack, and a timeout called by Coach Vlahovic. At 3.5 minutes to go, the path to victory nowhere near clear for either team. It's still anybody's game. We got a minute of break of action here. Back after this on ysnlive.com. Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartel, your sports network. 3.5 minutes to go in this fourth quarter of this Division IV Region 13 Northeast 2 District Championship game. Cardinals have led since the first quarter, trying to keep control of it as ball out of bounds, last touch by Thomas. Cardinals currently clinging to a 2-point advantage, 29-27. 3:20 left in the fourth. For the seniors of both squads, it's going to be the most important 3 minutes of basketball both teams will play in their entire life. 2 points separating these two, one possession. The ball to the corner, Shina puts it up, puts it in! Landon Shina having himself a whale of a game. He's got a dozen and puts the Cards up by 5 with that big-time bucket. Warriors taking a heavy hitter on that one, now looking for a response. Trailing by 5. Give it to Anderson, give it to the big man, Gregory. So much strength, but can't get it to drop. Offensive board, though, by Thomas. Another look at the apple here for the Warriors. Thomas tried to pass into Gregory, and a foul called on Shina. As Landon Shina going to get called for the contact. That'll be his third, I believe. Second on the Cards in the quarter. Warriors keep a hold of it. 2:28 here in the fourth. Ball goes to Gregory. One dribble, pump fake. Tried to pass it out. Gregory called for the travel. Off the traveling violation, 2:25 to go in the fourth. Levante back in for the Cards. Cards up by 5. Roberts, bounce pass to Levante, and he'll draw the foul off a great pump fake. Send him to the line for 2. And these are some ever important free throws coming up for Levante. Could potentially put Canfield up by 3 possessions with just 2:18 to go here in this fourth. First one, nothing but net for Levante. The lead has stretched to a half dozen. Next one could put Canfield up by 3 possessions. Levanti misfires on that attempt. It stays a 2-possession game, 6 points the differential. West Branch with the ball, needing a shot desperately as time not on their side. Couple pump fakes, Jackson to Anderson, Cooper. Feed to the opposite corner, big time shot attempt, overshot by Thomas, rebounded Gregory, trying to create some space, and he'll draw the foul on Shina to go to the line for 2. Coming with 3 ticks under 2 to play, minute 57. It's the 4th foul on Shina. He's got only 1 left to give, and it's the 3rd foul now on the Cardinals as a team, leaving them 1 foul left to give as a team before a bonus situation on the West Branch side. And with West Branch trailing, that would be an ideal situation for the Warriors to try to get into that bonus with some time left on the clock. These are some big free throws coming up for Double G, Gavin Gregory. He's got 7 points tonight, 2 coming up here. First one goes. Gregory now with 8. Both crowds have been so into this. This is perfect atmosphere. A misfire, short on the attempt, out of bounds, and it'll stay a 5-point game. Trying to get the inbound, as fouled from behind as Anderson commits it. That's the 3rd on the Warriors, 3rd on Anderson. Both teams with 1 foul left to give. Only a 2nd coming off the clock. Minute 56 left to play. Delisio with it. Camden Lane guarding. Minute 50 to go. Delisio crossing the timeline. Delisio able to get past the defense, feed to the baseline. Couple pump fakes with the foul. Shina going to the line for 2 as he drew the contact. 100 seconds, minute 40 left to go in this 4th quarter. And Shina with 2 free throws again. Canfield, an opportunity to make this a 3-possession game. That is foul number 4 on Gregory. Both number 22s, Shina and Gregory, playing with 4 fouls. And the first free throw attempt doesn't go Shina's way after touching every part of the iron. Refused to find the net. Jackson back in. Second attempt here for Shina to try to make it a 6-point game. Second one won't go. Empty trip as West Branch trails it by 5. 95 seconds to go. Still anybody's ball game, but really starting to feel like the Warriors need a bucket to keep hopes alive. Anderson trying to give it to him. Short on the attempt. Shapiro the rebound. As Drew salt some time away, crossing the timeline. Minute 18 left to go. Canfield able to draw the foul as Roberts draws it on Thomas, his 2nd. And that'll be the bonus here for Canfield. Bryce Roberts gonna have a pair. And again, the 3rd opportunity the Cards have had to try to make this a 3-possession game. And with only 75 seconds showing left in this 4th quarter, these are becoming critical free throws, and the first one a miss. Cards have now missed their last 4 attempts at the stripe. Roberts misses that one, and that's 5 consecutive misses in a row for the Cards at the free throw line, and a foul to follow as Delisio picks it up. That was Canfield's last to give, just Delisio's first personal, but both teams now in the bonus. Minute 13 left to go. West Branch basketball trailing by 5. It's now or never time for the Warriors. They need offense. And there's the foul called Going for the steal was Levani. But instead, the foul going to send Cooper Anderson to the line for a pair. With 1:02 left in the game, it's the 4th foul on Levani. A lot of fouls we've seen called in this one. It's been consistently called, though, on both sides of the floor. That's all you can act. And there's an air ball, another one at the free throw stripe. And you could tell these are pressure cooking free throws for both teams as turn that tension up at the stripe. Anderson short on the second. There's the rebound though. Thomas with it. Attacks baseline pass out of bounds off of Levani last. 56.7 seconds to go. Both teams in the bonus. A 5-point separator. West Branch trailing with possession. Ball goes to Gregory. Roberts is guarding. Hand off to Thomas. 50 seconds to go. Whistle blown, and it's going to be an offensive foul called on the Warriors. As Gavin Gregory picks up the foul. That's his 5th, and he's fouled out of the game with 44.9 seconds to go. .42 seconds left. Canfield controlling possession and the scoreboard up by 5, 33-28. Shapiro gets fouled and will go to the stripe. Coach Velakovic and this Cardinals team just desperately looking for some made free throws. And it's going to be a full break of action by Coach Loudon as he's going to make Shapiro think about it. Drew Shapiro with 2 free throws on the other side of this break as Canfield has missed their last 5 at the stripe. Chance to put it away at the free throw line when we get back. We're back here as Drew Shapiro, 2 free throws at the stripe, 34.2 seconds to go. These ones are so important, can make it a 3-possession game with limited time, and Shapiro swishes the first. Ends a streak of 5 missed free throws in a row by the Cards as Shapiro, that first one big, this one even bigger, can make it a 3-possession game and really tighten the screws on the Warriors, making it tough for them. And Shapiro sinks them both. 7 points to lead. 30 seconds left to go. Warriors need a quick shot. Ball stolen away. Shapiro clinches the steal to the other side, avoids the foul, gets it to the corner, gets it right back, play and keep away. Drew Shapiro, the 2 free throws, and then the steal. Cardinal faithful all standing up. The second's gonna tick away off of this one. Your Canfield Cardinals are district champions. 35-28 Canfield emerges victorious over the West Branch Warriors and will advance to the Sweet 16 round to play the winners of the Warrensville Heights Tigers and also the Marlington Dukes, set for a 4 p.m. tip-off here at North Ridgeville High School. What a contest, what a game. Canfield taking the initial lead a minute into that first quarter and clinging on to it throughout all 4 quarters of play to end here with a 7-point victory. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watching this broadcast of high school basketball on your sports network. To our proud owners, both DJ Yoakley and Brian Scott, able to bring this game to each and every person unable to make it in attendance today. To our GM, Steve Leslie and Chris Ziegler, for their multitude of hats that they wear and all the work they do for the Mahoning Valley, we thank them for each and every single one of them. And most importantly, to all of you who tuned in and helped support these kids, schools, and communities. You guys are really and truly what YSN Live is all all about. Whether you were tuning in from Beloit, supporting your West Branch Warriors, we want to thank you for your continued and constant support of not only Warriors Athletics, but also ysnlive.com. Or if you're back in the Canfield area supporting your Cardinals, we of course thank you for your continued and constant support of not only Canfield Cardinal Athletics, but also of ysnlive.com. Or wherever you may be in the sport of high school basketball, this is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good day, everybody.